Hi, Suzanne. I'm so happy to have you with us on the show Must Go On.
Hey, Gabby, I'm so excited to be here. I've been watching some of the videos you've been doing throughout this process, and it's been so exciting getting to know so many members. My name is Susan Hughes. I am a licensed real estate broker in New Jersey and in the state of Pennsylvania. I'm a second generation realtor, and I work for Callaway, Henderson, Sothebys in Princeton, right on Nassau Street. I sell in New Jersey and in Pennsylvania residential real estate.
During this challenging time, what did you find to be the most difficult portion of what you're doing?
Well, we have for a long time been working virtually. We work, social media, that kind of thing. What's been really difficult has been showing homes. So we have found ways to do that. We've got several ways to show homes, which is kind of fun. We can have buyers with us, masked and gloved, and we have certain protocols on how to do that. Well, one of the fun things we've been doing is we've been doing virtual showings. We've been doing showings via Facebook or Zoom, and that's been really fun. And we've been able to do open houses that way as well. The governor did shut down public open houses, which I totally understand. So we've been able to continue on doing what we're doing. And I really do think this is the new way, the new direction of what real estate is going to go. It certainly is super efficient.
Most definitely, you don't need to travel to all those places, and you can minimize your time on the road. But you talked about the government. Do you find the impact of the government has changed something into how you deal with real estate today?
Pennsylvania, it's been difficult because Pennsylvania has deemed real estate non-essential. So we have not been able to show homes in Pennsylvania at all. There are buyers buying homes in Pennsylvania just by the virtual showings, looking at floor plans, doing drive-bys, looking at videos. In New Jersey, sure, it's changed, but we have found a way to make it work. Again, it's an essential need, and we're finding a way to make it work.
I'm happy to hear that, because I had so many different sound effects in my ear about what you could do and what you could not do. So I'm happy that at least you're moving forward. How do you implement those social distancing personally?
Let's just say a husband and a wife that want to view a home. Oftentimes we'll just view with one at a time. The wife will go in or the husband will go in. Everyone is masked and gloved. There are certain protocols that we follow. We try to touch as little as possible. If we touch anything, it is wiped down after we are through. And we just sort of take people in one at a time. But as I said, a lot of the showings are now being done Facebook or Zoom, which is getting people a really good feel. You can still, via Facebook or via Zoom, open a cabinet to see if it's got a soft close. You can still walk into a closet and get a feel for the hanging space or the space of the closet. You can get a feel for the backyard just by being out there, and being live. You can hear the birds or the creek or, whatever it is, the sounds that you want to hear, in your backyard or in your front yard. It's really kind of cool. It's been fun.
Yes, I can see that. So basically the demand and offer has not changed much, right?
I think now things are picking up again. There was so much uncertainty in the beginning that absolutely things slowed down. Some sellers took their houses off the market. Some buyers just sort of said, we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna see how this all plays out. But things are beginning to pick up as the regulations and the rules are loosening, and people are finding a way to live in this new world. Things are changing, and they're really starting to pick up again. I think that things were going to come back in a good way. I think that we're back on track as far as real estate goes.
So I know the real estate page on your TownTube. Are you still creating video content, and do you see a platform such as your TownTube being a benefit for somebody doing what you do?
All of my listings, I do post the videos on your TownTube, and I do get a lot of viewings through your TownTube, which are local viewings, and they're people that may not be local, and I think it's great. I think that the local content that your TownTube offers is a need for people, and I think that they see it, and it really brings it down and brings it home.
I think you're absolutely right. Now, do you see a financial impact with what is happening today?
The really good benefit about what's happening today is that interest rates are at a historic low. So for any buyer to buy a house now and to get into a house we've never seen them this low. When I bought my first home in 1984, it was 18%. It was crazy. So, with interest rates right around 3%, there is some discussion that it might fall below 3%. The value to buy would be now. Yes, the market has dropped. It's dropped a little bit, but they're expecting that it will come back in 2021 and come back again in 2022. So it is possible that someone that buys now will see their value within 2 years.
So it is a buyer's market.
Absolutely.
Do you see that relationship has changed in question of communication, perhaps inside your home or even with your clients?
I am a social girl. I'm a social being. I love being with people. So through the Zoom and through Facebook Live, I can still do that. It is very different. I'm also, I'm a hugger. I love to hug people. So that's been a little hard for me to, see my clients, my good clients that I've been working with, across 6 feet away and not be able to say hello. We still do what we do. We're just doing it a different way.
I'm a big hugger, so I totally sympathize with you. So do you find that from what you have done in the past and what you're doing today, something merging and something new will come out of it?
Absolutely. I think the way that real estate is done is going to change. I mean, the process is the same, but I think it's going to change. And as I mentioned, it could even become more streamlined and more efficient. They generally will do a drive-by, they'll do the video, they'll do everything. They just need to walk into the house to get that warm, fuzzy feeling, that feeling that we know that when we're home. So the industry has been changing over the years anyway, and I think we're just streamlining it and we're getting much more efficient. And with the tactics that we're using today, the ways that we're selling houses.
No matter what, you are not going to replace that feeling of going into a home and really feeling it.
When a buyer walks in the door of a home that is theirs, they feel it. They just do. I can't explain it. I did when I bought my home. So I think that everybody feels it. And until you felt it, you don't get it. But then you do.
Tell to the viewers why, meaning it's so many agencies out there, so many real estate agents. Why should I do business with you?
Callaway, Henderson, Sothebys is an international global brand. Nobody has the global presence that we do. Callaway, Henderson itself, we're local families. We're on second and third generation ownership. I grew up with the Hendersons. The Callaways were my friends. We're all local. We're doing business in the town that we grew up in. There's experience, there's knowledge, there's, as I said, I'm second generation. I was showing houses with my mom when I was, 10 years old. We're experts in our local area, and we have the history and the background behind us, and we've got this, the statistics to prove it.
I like that sense of community. No doubt, this is absolutely what we are all about, and we respect the people that are thinking the same way. At the end of the day, how do you decompress?
Oh goodness, probably with something on Netflix. Honestly, something silly that I don't have to think about, that I can just sort of sit back and I can laugh and I can enjoy it without having to get too deep into it. I'm not a really big drama girl because I don't want to follow a plot. I want to laugh at the end of the day.
What is your current project or the most impressive house you're selling, or any project you're working on right now?
I'm working on two really cool things. I'm working on a lot of really cool things, but I have a super cool contemporary home in the western section of Princeton that was designed by local architect Jerry Ford. And it sits on 4 acres. It's got amazing views out of every window. There's nothing quite like it. It sits above Stony Brook. You can hear the babbling brook at night when the windows are open. I'm also privileged to be working with Lennar Homes at their new construction, their over 55 community at Cobblestone Creek. That's been really exciting to share this with them and to present their product from a different point of view. That's been very fun. It's associated with the Cobblestone Creek Country Club. So the homeowners there get the benefits of the club right in their backyard.
Wow, those are awesome. You must be dreaming all day, like when you go visit those houses, right?
It is so fun to go into some of these beautiful homes. Personally, I love an old home, or, I would love to live in a converted barn. So those are my favorite things, but I love going into the great big homes of Princeton and the generations, and you feel that there were generations in that house before you, and there'll be generations again. It's just your time as an owner, your time to take stewardship of it. I love it. I love what I do. I love the opportunity of the people I get to meet and the houses I get to see, and then just my day to day is different every day, and it's so exciting.
You said that you started showing home when you were 10 years old with your mom. So was it a passion or were you just dragged along?
Probably a little bit of both. I'm in the middle of 5 children, so I think that depending on who was where when was who got to show houses with mom. Oftentimes, as I got older, I was offered out as a babysitter as people were moving in. But I was able to work with her for many years before she passed away. It was amazing to be working with my mom, who many remember as Peggy Hughes Fulmer. And I used to say I would walk around town and I just carried her cape. I mean, it was awesome to be working with her.
Most definitely like filling up big shoes. That's what I understand.
Filling big shoes. I think Peter Crowley, the president of the chamber, would agree with me. But it's been a pleasure, and I learned from the best. And she, spent her professional career with the Henderson family for the most part. And I was able to grow up with the Henderson family, and there was, pretty much, it was an easy decision where I was going to go.
Awesome story. Do you have a positive word for the viewer out there?
Find the lesson in all of this and the reason that we're all going through this, and take the lesson and take that lesson and help it to make you better. And stay safe.
That is great. Thank you so much, Suzanne. That was an awesome time with you. And I like the passion and the community sense and everything behind it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kathy. It was really fun. Thank you.